Hello everybody. Moonbase 2's here. How's it go, Big D? What's up?
It's going reasonably well, actually, this hot and sweaty evening.
What is it? What temperature did you say was for you at the moment?
We hit 28.
28.
What's for current? Currently, tell me the temperature, damn you.
My computer tells me it's 15 degrees where I am, which isn't too bad.
It's 20.
Yeah, you're 5 more than me.
Yeah.
I don't like. Well, I like that. I have definitely felt the boon because obviously last week I was down further south in the disgusting southern lands, and
Yeah.
I could feel the drop in heat coming back from there. So that was quite nice. It was still the problem was it was muggy as fuck when I came back, but it was still cooler than down south. So I was like, oh, thank God, never again.
Yeah.
Until next year.
Yeah.
Until next year.
With a bit of luck, next year I can join you, chaps.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. We'll be able to play Space Crusade as well. I can bring my copy down.
Yeah, I might even try and get some of my Warhammer Quest heroes painted up.
You might not need to, depending on how Gruff gets along with his set. Because he has practically all of the expansion heroes apart from Pit Fighter, which he told you about on the Fluff and Hammer. Yeah. And I think he's missing the War Dancer. And I think he said he has the rest, I think.
Oh, I've got both of those.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, yeah. I know you have the War Dancer because I remember seeing when you just randomly were like, here are a load of metal figures, and I was like, oh, I'd have that as well, and that one, and that one, and that one. And it was like, do you have the cards though for them? Because that's the important stuff.
Oh yeah.
You do? Okay.
I can't remember where they are, but I have all the booklets, all the tokens.
They're just buried somewhere.
Yeah, but I put them all in one of the warrior boxes.
Boxes. Do you mean the expansion boxes, or do you mean
the little boxes for warriors came in?
Okay.
They actually will take all of the booklets and the tokens and all that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I imagine like when they arrived, like the box was mostly filled with styrofoam to house them.
It wasn't even that, to be honest.
Was it not? I thought that was just the way they were done back then. I remember a lot of the GW stuff having just like big lumps of styrofoam content.
These ones were a bit after the styrofoam phase, but basically you had it's not like we normally expect from GW nowadays, where you open the one side, open the box. It's from when they were still doing you lift the top half off.
Oh, they did it like a board game.
Yeah, just really little. Because that was how we did all those little boxes for the longest time.
I think that's the best way to do it. It makes them look better, and you don't scuff any corners. Well, not as easily scuff the corners when you're doing stuff. I didn't think they did that. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but the warrior packs came as you had the booklet.
Yeah.
Which wasn't even wrapped; it was just in the bottom of the box.
That's fine.
You had a folded sheet of punch board with all the tokens and the warrior card in. I mean, you had a blister pack with the actual warrior pack.
Because I'm pretty sure I remember getting the Corn Bloodthirster. No, the Bloodthirster. And the Changer of Ways, and I'm pretty sure they came in styrofoam. And I think that if that was the case, if I do remember that correctly, I think that was because there were like multiple pieces versus obviously the hero packs are like one or two, at most two.
That might have been the case because I know they used styrofoam. They kept styrofoam in use for some of the bigger kids.
Yeah.
And the Great Demons definitely would have been the case. I don't think they switched over to the plastic clamshell interior tray until the late 90s, early 2000s maybe.
Well, I got into it like late 2000s. Well, late 90s. Sorry, not late 2000s. Late 90s. When Chaos got the first multi-part model kit for Fantasy. So that was probably like 97, 98, something like that.
God, I'm still finding bits of that kit coming out of parts boxes I have lying around.
It's a fun kit. I still prefer the model, to be honest. The one that I painted up this week, the talisman one.
The classic one.
Yeah. I like him.
I always liked how that was refined, because the Hero Quest one is what it was based on.
Yeah.
And they just took the horns and just made them flat.
Yeah, and they removed an axe, because the Slambo model had the 2 axes out to the side, and they tucked one arm in, and then you could stick a shield on. But for some reason, Talisman, they didn't give him a shield. Same for the Beastman. The Beastman didn't come with a shield either for Talisman for some reason.
I mean, Talisman, they kept all the models real simple, so none of them had any.
The extra all single bits. Yeah, because the Skaven didn't have its shield either. I imagine it was the reason might have been because you know how you pick up armor pieces and stuff like that, and you can get a shield. Yeah, maybe the idea is you don't have it, so then it doesn't look like you do actually are meant to have it.
Yeah, it's quite funny how they did that for that talisman, and then they gave you the dragon expansion with the multi-part dragon they then used for like the next 2 decades. There's
actually a pretty good version of that kit up on eBay at the moment. I sent it to Gruff, but it was, so it's 200 quid, you know.
That dragon, Jesus.
With the dragon, no, I think it was complete.
The actual board game, not just. I thought you meant the dragon itself on its own.
No. I mean, like the expansion, full expansion. So you got the dragon, you got the dragon's tower.
I mean,
and
that makes
heroes.
more sense in that case because it's.
Yeah, it's rare, and the box looked like it was in good condition. It's still expensive as fuck, obviously. Cool. It's like Eldar Attack, isn't it? It's just like you go, fucking hell, how much is it? And then you go, it's because no one has it. It's because it's just not around. Fair enough. Yeah. Should we talk about Transformers, though? Should we get the poop rolling?
Before we get too diverted, talking about ancient Warhammer stuff.
Yeah, you know what? At some point, we should do a sideshow for Fluff and Hammer at some point. Have me on with you and Mr. White, and we can talk about some Warhammer, where we don't need to worry about being super in-depth about stuff.
Funnily enough, once we finish recording, we need to have a chat, because there's something I wanted to... I raised it with Gruff, gave me his blessing. I want to have a chat with you and George at some point about an idea I've had.
Oh, okay. Is it like sacrificing the innocent for power?
On this island, you'll be lucky.
All right, let's get the music rolling, and we'll start pooping. Okay, music time.
Yeah.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
And welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decayed Andy. We are back after a week's break because I was down in Nottinghamshire for Bring Out Your Lead, a boil. I'm back now. I wouldn't say fully recovered or anything like that, but it was nice to be away. It was the first time I've been away on a small trip for apparently 7 years, according to Facebook. So it was nice to get away. Yeah, because 7 years was apparently the last time I was at TF Nation.
Crumbs.
So that was a while away. So it was nice to get away and see nothing.
You had a good time from what I've been able to tell from yours and Adam's posts.
Yeah, it was a good time. Bring Out Your Lead, for those not aware, it's Warhammer and other board gaming, but it's kind of the old ones, the ones from the 90s, the 80s to the 70s. None of that new modern hoo wah wah nonsense bullshit, you know. Gotta be old. That's why it's called Bring Out Your Lead, because a lot of the things then were made out of lead, nice and poisonous for the children.
Yeah.
I will say that down in Nottinghamshire, it was very, very pretty, very middle class, but very nice. What's that, Big D?
I said, isn't it very nice? And then he said, and very middle class. And I'm like, yeah, isn't it just?
Yeah, pretty much. The lots of tiny little towns, but a lot of the villages that were around reminded me of the village from Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
And I was like, I said this to Gruff a couple of times as we drove through a couple of them. I'd like to imagine myself being able to live here, but at the same time, it's not that I couldn't see it. It's just that it didn't seem real. Like I couldn't visually picturize myself living in a tiny little village like that. Not because I think I'm beyond it or better than it. It's just, when you're like, I can't imagine placing myself in that situation.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, I live in the southwest.
Yeah.
It's basically it's where they shot Hot Fuzz is like 30 minutes drive away from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I could visit there if I really wanted to. It's that sort of place. But even where I am, I found little places I've never been to before, even in the last 6 months. And I've lived around here almost my entire life.
Yeah. Do you look at those places and think to yourself, man, I wish I could live there instead of where I am?
Not so much, but it's just fascinating to suddenly find some. I mean, I went to a Kill Team event about 6 months ago now that someone arranged locally in a little village. It's 2 minutes outside of where I live. But I've never actually stopped in that village before.
Oh, well, why would you? I'm guessing there's nothing there, so I guess it's one of those things that's like, yeah, why would I stop here?
There isn't, but it's also really quite picturesque.
Really? Oh, that's nice.
It's real Midsummer Murders, Miss Marple territory.
Oh, yeah, okay. That sounds pretty nice. Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm within like half an hour's drive of Stonehenge and Avebury as well, so it's that sort of territory for weird rolling hill terrain. So
that's neat. That's pretty cool. XL Hedge is here. He says, just got my KO Flame Toys Megazord. I hope the quality is good for it. Nice. Really hoping the Dragon Sword gets a KO next. Well, I guess if the sales were good for the KO Flame Toys figure, I can't see why they wouldn't. I hope it's good. Like I say, I hope it's good quality because it's still in my mind. I don't know if you agree, Big D, that it's still a dice roll unless you see people doing reviews on the stuff. If they say like, oh no, it's actually good quality. Otherwise, it's like,
I've taken a few rolls recently on some Gunpla kits that were KOs.
Yeah, they can vary as well quite a lot, can't they?
They can. I mean, what was it? I've got, because recently I picked up an official Pete Bandai kit from the latest Gundam Seed movie.
Yeah.
Free grunt suits that you can only buy as a Bandai triple pack.
Of course.
If you want to complete the set of goons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got a good deal off of
what grade? High grade, I'm guessing?
High grade.
Yeah.
But I got a great deal off Mandragon for
them. Yeah.
75 quid including shipping.
That's not bad.
That was amazing to me. But then I've been trying to pick up the revised Destiny kit, the Destiny Gundam kit, because they released it, or they re-released it with a special weapon pack. That's a high grade in its own right. It's huge,
right?
But it's sold out everywhere.
Yeah, the classic Gundam problem.
Yeah, but I found a KO on AliExpress that was like £25 for a whole lot, as opposed to the 60 quid for the official version. It's like, let me think about that one. It's in stock, and it's a third of the price. Go on, then. Let's give it a go.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not quite as nice, but as long as it's good enough, that's the main thing. Yeah.
I mean,
it was in stock, so again, it's like, what are you going to do?
I mean, there's a company that's got a KO with the Easy 8 from
the best
8th MS team.
Yeah, the best Gundam show.
But it's not a straight re-release of the existing tooling.
Oh, okay. They tweaked it.
It's a completely new mold.
Oh, that's neat.
It's more detailed. It's more like an Origin style kit.
Right, so it's a third party. It's not a KO. It's a third party, kind of like what some Transformers do.
Yeah,
that's neat.
So it's third party. It's still high grade 144.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with a crap ton of extra features, extra equipment, and it actually looks. It's not screen accurate, because it's gone for a slightly different aesthetic, but the amount of detail they've put into it makes it stand out from
cool.
the original. Yeah, and they're doing gyms and the rest of the ground Gundams as well.
Yep.
So, which is inevitable, really.
Oh, but, yeah, well, why not, right?
Yeah,
like I say, I say unironically the best Gundam show.
Oh, HMS Team is, if you like military science fiction, it's pretty much required viewing.
Yeah, it's the one that you can jump into with the least amount of nonsense that sometimes Gundam drops into with just magic.
Yeah, it's not as incredibly 80s as Stardust Memory.
Yeah, Stardust Memory is very. It's good, but it is very 80s.
I mean, I'm amazed that the Top Gun team didn't sue because.
Well, there was the Macross show that was like that as well, wasn't there? That was super Top Gun-y as well.
I mean, to be fair, Macross was more because they used they based the Valkyrie on the F-14 Tomcat. That was the real crossover, and fighter pilots, it's an obvious.
Yeah, I mean, you put those three together, it all looks like they copied each other. Well, one copied from somebody else and somebody else copied from the other one, depending what came out first. I don't know. XL's Hedge says, my copy is very good, with tight joints. Only had to apply floor wax to one ball joint in the wrist. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. Interestingly, I was having a browse. Someone's doing a KO with Titan's Return Triptychon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like the same scale, or are they reducing the size?
Looks like it's same scale. Mm-hmm. It's still a Titan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 50 quid.
I think I remember seeing it for some reason. It's on AliExpress. Is it on ShowZ?
I've not looked on ShowZ. It was on AliExpress, so I saw this one though.
I think I might have seen something like that on ShowZ, but I'm not sure. Either way, it's not bad. I mean, it's been a while since it came out, so it's a good way to get it out to the people who missed it.
Yeah, and it's cheaper than that Asia for Primes version they put out.
Oh, God.
I mean, I actually like the colors on that one. But
yeah, they're really good, but for the price, it's like, no.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, it's almost double what it cost us originally.
Yeah. Well, see, Big D, what you don't know is inflation happened. That's why we doubled the price.
Yeah, inflation happens, but not to our wage packets.
No, never
and
does.
Companies wonder why they're not making as much money.
Well, it's a mystery.
Customers get annoyed.
It's a mystery. Shall we talk about some Dark of the Moon? Because we finished off Revenge of the Fallen. We were reasonably pleased with that. So,
surprising in some cases.
Yes, I don't know about you, but this was the point where I got into this because this was the year where I went to BotCon. So I picked up stuff because it was like around the shops at the time. This was if you want to know how long ago this was, Thor, the first Thor movie had just came out, and I saw it again for the second time when I hit America. So that's how old it is.
2011. Yep. Jesus. This was before the Avengers assembled.
It's weird because you say 2011, you're like, yeah, that was a while ago. And then you say the first Thor movie, and you go, oh, God. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Because that was the third Marvel movie? Or the fourth?
Yeah. It was the third because we had Iron Man 2, 4, then Captain America, and then Avengers.
I thought it was Iron Man, Hulk. Thor,
oh no, that's right. Incredible Hulk. No, Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2.
Oh, it was Iron Man. Okay.
Then 4, then Cap.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly where Iron Man 2 was. I assumed Iron Man 2 was after Thor. But it doesn't matter. That's cool. Oh yeah, because at the end of Iron Man 2, they talk about talk about the Thor's hammer in the desert. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Still, long time ago. So this was the last of the movie lines that I really kind of got into and picked up stuff. Was that the same for you? Like, or did you keep going and keep buying movie things?
This was pretty much the end of movie toys for me for the most part. I've picked up a few of the more recent ones. Some Rise of the Beasts, Bumblebee, and TF1 stuff, but Honestly, actually, no. I did get some last night dragon formers just because they were dragons and they were cheap. But for most part, after Dark of the Moon, I mean, to be fair, Dark of the Moon I could see the line. I do like almost all the toys I've gotten out of Dark of the Moon, but you kind of see where things were going when you got to Age of Extinction.
Yes, yeah.
That was, yeah. This was really kind of like the last. It sounds weird to say because there was some clever engineering in the later lines, but this was before Dark of the Moon was before the cuts to the budgets really started to hit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And for me, I was just tired of the movies.
Yeah.
I think by 4, I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
Gruff was because I saw the 4th one with Gruff. He was so angry when he came out of that film. He was so angry. It was the best bit of the movie. I can
imagine. There's so much of that film that the really frustrating thing about the Bay movies, and I've liked a lot of Michael Bay's cinematography over the decades. Jesus. And TF, the Transformers, the first one, was a bit of a shock to the system for everyone. But man, did he kind of get carried away over the next few.
Yeah.
And there's weird ass stuff in number 4.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Exelhead says, I know Andy will give me crud for this, but I'm looking forward to the new Gundam Wing anime. I didn't know there was a new anime coming out for it. I did see a trailer for something, but I thought that was just like a celebration. This is a little thing to say congratulations.
This is the 30th anniversary year for Gundam Wing in Japan.
Yeah. Damn, 30 years. Jesus Christ.
I know, right? And they did put out a video.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And it does have some new stuff in it, because basically it includes material from the sequel manga and light novels they did. Because they actually took the story a generation beyond.
Oh, okay.
So we meet a lot of the core cast of Gundam Wing. We meet their kids. Some of whom have exactly the same name, face, and personality as their parents.
Oh, that's convenient. That's handy. Wow.
I mean, Duo Maxwell's son is called Duo Maxwell.
Wow.
Same look and everything.
Genetics, man.
Yeah.
I guess their genes were far stronger than their the female partners, I guess. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing confirmed from what I understand if there's going to be a proper sequel, but that bit of animation they put out got a lot of people excited.
It looked nice.
And they have been putting out a translation of the new manga on the official Gundam website.
See, I prefer, at least visually, I prefer G-Unit, the spin-off. Do you know about that one?
Is that the one for Geminis?
I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one that has a red Tallgeese, but with like a cape.
Oh yes, yeah, because there's like 4 variants of the Leo.
That's right. Yeah, the Leo. Thank you. The Leo variants is the red one, the light blue one, the big green one. I like that one because all of the units in that look really cool. And the worst thing about it was I think all of them were P Bandai exclusives.
Yep, they are, and it's annoying as hell because they're all bloody lovely.
Yep. Well, to be fair, the Leo high grade was solid. It was a decent kit. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was like a good working horse little kit. And then they just gave it more parts, and it's like, oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, it was where they tested out their system for grunt suits, basically.
Yeah,
because it was the first time that everything on the runners, you don't actually you could in theory build a Leo with no instructions.
Yeah.
Because of how they've laid it out onto runners, it's really simple. No polycaps, if I remember.
No, there wasn't. No, it was just plastic.
Which has become more common in high grade liners of.
Oh yeah, polycaps are dog shit.
Yeah,
they're dog shit.
I mean, the only issue with the Leo is that you had to if you want all the extra weaponry, you have to buy the P-Bando version. But,
what a fucking jip. They could have put that out as a small pack to sell to people, and it would have done fine.
Yeah. I mean, not being funny. If you sold people a free pack of Leos with all the weapons inside,
yeah, it'd sell.
Yeah. I'm still noticing there's so many suits from Wing that they haven't done kits for yet. Because we haven't had the Ares.
That's the first drone unit, isn't it?
That's the first flyer.
Yeah.
The Taurus hasn't done us an easy one for 2. So you can do 2 of those for Nine's white one and the standard black.
Yeah.
There's the
underwater, the Cancer, the underwater crab one.
And the Pisces, the other underwater one.
Yep. Bullshit.
I know. It's so... underwater suits are going to make me laugh because they're almost universally terrible.
Oh, you can't beat the Zagok. Quality little workhorse. Love him.
I mean, Zagok's probably the exception that proves the rule. Because every other underwater suit is terrible. And then the Zagok turns up and just kicks everyone's ass.
Because it's a normal-looking suit. It's just got a little booster pack on its back. That's the big difference. It's just a normal robot.
Although Wing Freedom's version of the Zagok is hilarious. Do you want to know why?
Sure.
Because it's not its own mobile suit.
What?
It's armor for the Infinite Justice.
Oh, I've seen that. That's so weird.
Yeah.
That's so
weird.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. Great, right?
Anyway, back to Dark of the Moon. That was Axel Hedges' fault, so, blame him.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with, obviously, I've gone down the list here from TFU in alphabetical order, then I've rearranged them into Legend scale and Deluxe scale. There were no Voyagers. There was an Ironhide figure, but the Ironhide looked exactly the same as the first movie's Ironhide, so I thought, well, we've talked about that, so we don't need to. That was the only Voyager that we came across in this first part. So we'll start off with the Legends that have a couple of normal Legends and then the Human Alliance Legends. I'd say this was the best part of the Dark of the Moon line. I really liked the Human Alliance stuff. They were nobodies. They didn't have anything to do with the movie, so they're all unique robots.
I must admit, part of me, looking back on that line now, regrets that I didn't even touch the Human Alliance stuff.
Did you not get any of these?
No.
Oh, man.
It wasn't where I was in my collecting.
Okay.
I was trying either the guys who were in the film or
makes sense.
So I tried to get all the Wreckers, which that didn't work, thanks Hasbro.
They didn't put out some of them at all till recently.
Yeah. Or guys like Skyhammer, who I'm looking forward to talking about probably next week. But
next week or the week after, I don't know how the middle part of the alphabet goes here.
Oh yeah, it gets a bit chunky, doesn't it, on this one?
Yeah.
The thing is, I actually, looking back on it, seen people talk about the Human Alliance line as well. I just think, man, these were quite fun, weren't they?
Yeah, and it's interesting because they went from basically Voyager leaderish sort of scale to effectively Legend scale. So it's a big downgrade, you could say, in toy scale at the very least, or plastic. But this made it much more affordable for what this line this subline should have been for. This should have been for the kids, because generally a collector like yourself was just going to go for the on-screen characters. So the kids needed this kind of weird little thing to sell them a cheapo toy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of this stuff just feels it fills that mask / G.I. Joe void that a lot of people
I
kind of miss.
Yeah,
and this guy Backfire kind of exemplifies that, because he's got a Kraken alt mode, that funky little.
It's a reverse trike. So I don't know if that's the official name, but what I mean by reverse trike is, so a trike is the one wheel at the front and 2 wheels at the back, but this is kind of flipped it around, so you got the 2 wheels at the front and the 1 wheel at the back. I don't know how practical that is, but it looks pretty neat. Yeah,
I mean, you see him around. They corner like a son of a bitch by all accounts.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
very popular on beats and like, I gather. But he looks fun. I've got that C-clip compatibility built in, and I do like that this looks like the line where you go to for your C-clip weapons. I can dig that. That's fun.
Yeah, and if you notice, the C-clip weapons are kind of cool as well. They're just giant assault rifles with grenade launchers underneath them, basically.
Hell yeah.
It's like, they look good. I will say that he didn't hold them desperately well. If you look at his robot mode, he doesn't really have hands, per se.
Yeah. It's kind of a shame that the C-clip mounts end up on the fronts of his thighs. That's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, it would be fine. I think you can put them in his fists. Because if you look at the front of the trike mode, you can see he's got like a bull bar thing there, right?
Yeah.
That bull bar is like on the underside of his hands, so that you can put them there. It's just a little bit on the awkward side again.
Yeah.
And he does have a bit of a cowgirl mounting a horse kind of hip, a thigh gap as well in robot mode. Arms are a little on the thin side. The big offender is his hands are just two big squares of like gray. They're not even squares. But I really dig the head mode. I think the head mode, the head design's really neat. It's not too movie with being movie-ish. It still works. And I like the fact that he's got the giant engine block for his chest detail. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the attack mode, again, that was something they were big on for.
I don't remember the attack mode for this.
I mean, it's a weird one. I think the idea is it's supposed to be like an aquatic attack craft.
I guess. I just don't remember even putting him into this. I don't remember. I'm obviously he did have it because there's the picture of it here. But
honestly, some of these modes got weird. But I like the fact that they got a big chunk of translucent at the front, so it looks like he's got an intake.
Oh, at first when I looked at this and I didn't really piece together it was an aquatic vehicle, I thought he was turning into like a bazooka.
That would be fun as well.
Yeah.
You know what? If he was a target master for someone else, that would be so awesome.
To be fair, in this day and age, you could maybe give him to Unicron. He'd be far too small. You could probably give him to like a Titan Master, a Titan class figure, right? That could possibly work.
He'd probably work for a commander as well. To be fair, one for bigger commands like Jetfire.
Yeah,
it would work as just a big gun.
Yeah, I think that could work quite nicely. Shall we talk about the figure he came with before we talk about the repaints?
Yeah.
So he came with Spite Wiki. These were the kind of a drop in quality.
If they say so.
Yeah, this is where they kind of dropped in like these aren't great. So they don't have elbow joints. That's not the issue. The sculpting generally is kind of not great. These are quite small figures. They're smaller than a G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
The sculpting's, I guess, maybe okay for the size it is. They did the wise thing and have a helmet on his head, so you don't actually see a human face, which definitely helps. But for some reason, they thought it would be a great idea to have it's not a hinge joint. What kind of joint is that? It's a peg that goes upwards into the torso, and then it's like a disc.
Oh, like a mushroom joint.
It's not not exactly a mushroom joint, but regardless, it's not a good joint. It's the same joint that they use for ages for the Marvel Legends figures. So it makes moving the leg forward and backward awkward. If you want to move the legs out to the side, you have to move the leg forward and then twist the leg, and then he's got a sideward motion.
It's one of those situations where you think, guys, could you not just talk to the G.I. Joe Classics team? Because we know they kept all the O-ring tooling. They've been pulling characters from the start of G.I. Joe for like the last decade at this point. If the vehicles, I get it, they scale them for a certain size, but you could probably have made a G.I. Joe figure work with most of those vehicles in some way. I
mean, if you wanted to cheap out, it would limit the amount of outwards movement, but you could have just done this with like ball joints. Yeah. A ball joint in the, you put a ball joint on a stick that goes and attaches to another ball joint that goes through his groin, and then you just have the legs kind of peg on. Now, granted, the actual outwards movement might not be great, but it'd be far less awkward and fiddly than the legs that he does have. So the figures are not great. We'll look at them all, and I don't think design-wise this is bad. I think this is perfectly fine for a biker guy person.
Yeah.
None of them have guns. I think if they came with guns, that would also be nice. Give them a bit more playability, you know? But in terms of repaints, we only have one redo into Backfire into Autobot Daredevil Squad Backfire. Is this part of a kit? This figure was available exclusively at Kmart stores with Daredevil Bumblebee. Okay, we'll have a look at that. And Daredevil Sam. What's Daredevil Sam look like? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Ah!
Oh, no.
It's returns.
But slightly... Look at the one on my desk and look at the one here. I don't know which one's better. They've each got their own weird problems.
Did someone at Hasbro have a real issue of Shia LaBeouf? Because I know these are smaller scale figures overall.
None of these are good. Let's be honest.
But man, none of the figures that are supposed to represent him have been.
No.
Well, and look at his arms, Jesus.
Yeah, he's got monkey arms.
He's got a condition there, son.
Yeah, his face reminds me. Have you played Alien Isolation?
Yes, but for Working Joes.
Yeah, he looks a little bit like a Working Joe with a wig on. I think it's because of his eyes, and he's got the slightly, almost yellowy kind of complexion. Like it looks like he's made out of that. Do you know that material that they use for like ballistics tests when they make like a dummy and it's made out of like
ballistic gel.
Yeah, it looks like he's made out of ballistic gel for his face. It's not great, Sam. I'm sorry, buddy. Let's have a look first at the Dark of the Moon Backfire figure. Okay, so color scheme wise, Backfire looks way better. I think this is better than the standard version. So for those not aware, this Backfire is done in pearlescent silvery kind of whitish color, black, red, and a bit of green. The previous one was mostly grays and browns. So this one's already popping in terms of his color. He turns into a bike which is primarily black, which actually works really nicely. I don't think the gun boat mode thing looks as nice because the translucent plastic is green versus orange, so don't think it hits it there.
His alt mode actually sets it is basically in Silverstreak's colors. That's quite cool. I like that.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Which do you prefer? I think this one looks better, to be honest.
I think so as well. The other one is going much more for a bit of that real-world tactical vibe.
Yeah.
This one just feels like it's much more an actual disguise.
Yeah, this is like used by a boy racer or something, right?
Yeah. This one feels a bit more fun.
Obviously, this one has the much worse figure, as Sam is nightmarish in a lot of ways. I clicked off the Bumblebee. That's not smart. Let's have a quick look at the Bumblebee.
Ooh.
I don't know about this. Something weird with his face, because it's primarily gray with gray and a bit of yellow on the sides, and then these very innocent blue eyes. It doesn't look like a finished color scheme in a lot of ways.
It doesn't. He looks like he's literally... They haven't finished him off in the factory yet.
Yeah. He needs another color, because he's just silver and yellow. There needs to be another color in there to break it up, like maybe throw on some black, or go with more of the green that they've got a little bit on him. Oh, wow, that's cute. Sorry.
I do like that translucent green they've given him for his windscreen. It's not dark enough, but it is nice.
Yeah, that looks okay.
And the way that those shoulder cannons unfold in both modes, that is kind of cute.
I don't think it works quite as well in vehicle mode, but it's nice it's there. You know, it didn't look too bad. I like the fact he comes with a little iron-on patch. That's quite fun.
Yeah.
What was this one based on? This was based on... recolors Cannon Bee. Oh, okay. So these ones were just redone. So we'll get onto the Bumblebee. Just worth mentioning that now. So Backfire, pretty solid toy. I'd say fun. Didn't really have any issues with him. Unfortunately, I do have some issues with Ice Pick, who's the next one, who's the first Decepticon one. And it's not exactly in terms of looks. I think looks-wise, he doesn't look too bad. I think I like his face. His face is basically translucent purple with almost like a black web painted on it, which I definitely think looks cool.
He's giving me big Snow Serpent vibes from G.I. Joe.
I could see that.
And I respect that.
Yeah, I mean, he does in fact turn into a snowmobile, so it's just as well he gives you that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
The issue, at least mine had, is because he's a snowmobile, the tread splits up and goes onto his back, and they are attached via quite large pins, and mine never stayed on. One of them kept popping off all the time, and I don't think it was meant to. So that was always reasonably annoying. Also, having the front skis of the snowmobile on the chest, and they don't really go anywhere. They just kind of hang out on the front. Was always a little bit on the awkward side. I can't remember if his neck joint was balked or not, because in the photo it looks like it is. It looks like his head's attached to a black peg that sticks out from his neck that is a circle. And then his head pegs into that. I don't think that's the case, but that's at least how it looks from these images.
I mean, you kind of either want that to rest a bit lower or to have something around further up the collar to hide it.
Yeah.
It's just there, and it's not even tooled in any way. It's just a mounting point for his head.
There's something just off with it, and I can't remember if that's how it actually is or not. This guy does have proper hands, though, and he does have he can't hold his weapons, but he has 3mm pegs right next to his hands, so he can kind of give you the illusion that he's holding it. He's not really holding them, but he kind of is, as he comes with two almost harpoon. That's a great harpoon looking laser gun thingies, and they're okay. They're not bad.
Yeah. I do like how they can mount on both the back of the snowmobile and also how they've molded 3mm pegs on the front skis.
Yeah, you can barely see them in the photo, but they're there. And it's nice. His attack mode is a chainsaw, but a weird one. So if you imagine a chainsaw, imagine the teeth of the chainsaw are on the side of the chainsaw. The chain that goes round. That's what it is. It's a bit of a weird way to go, but it kind of works again.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the attack modes that works better if you imagine someone holding him.
I could see it as like it was floating, like what do you call them in Star Wars? On the Endor
speeder bikes.
Yeah, it's like a speeder bike, but then with a giant chainsaw on the front of it.
Yeah, I could go with that.
Otherwise, I think this was good. I really like the alt mode. The alt mode looks fantastic, I think. And again, you don't really get too many speed mobiles or snowmobiles in this day and age.
Well, Arctic vehicles are always a bit of a novelty with Transformers, so you have to appreciate them when they arrive, even if they're a little flawed.
Yeah, and he came with a fantastically named character. What's his name, Big D?
Sergeant Chaos.
Sergeant Chaos, what a lad. Again, he's using the same mold and the same issues, but it's just a dude in a suit with a little hat on.
I mean, he is giving off big Snow Serpent Mark II energy.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
That and the old Iron Battalion from Action Force.
He almost looks like, again, he needs a bit more color to him, a bit more stuff to just make him pop a bit more. Maybe that would help if he had a gun or something like that. But I remember the name and being very enamored, at least with just the name.
I mean, it's a great name, let's be fair.
You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
And in terms of repaints, Ice Pick got one as a Flash Freeze Assault Ice Pick. That's a bit of a mouthful. And this one's kind of a pretty decent recolor as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is very G2E, where he's the previously Ice Pick was a standard kind of snowmobile white with purple. It's okay.
Yeah, and it's also sideways.
What's that, sorry?
Also a bit of Cybertron Sideways.
Yes, well, this version of him is, like you say, sideways-ish or noise maze-ish. He's black, orange, and silver with random little bits of blue on him and a green translucent faceplate this time instead translucent purple. I don't think the choice of the green was great here. I think maybe a red might have looked nice next to the orange, but I guess it's to separate the two.
I do like how that silver on the sides of the helmet makes it look like eyes. So it almost makes it look like a gaping mouth. If that head had like little sculpted fangs in there.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Far cooler than we're gonna get, but hey.
More than likely. But I like this one. I think this was a really nice, solid repaint. Some might say it's a bit garish, but I think it's still pretty good. It came in a Kmart store with Flash Freeze Assault Sideswipe. Oh, I want to see Flash Freeze Sergeant Chaos. Oh no, they ruined my boy.
Oh.
He looks like
he looks like John Cena.
I was gonna say, is it Boomhauer from King of the Hill? The guy with the cap and the glasses? The shades?
I'm not sure if that's his name, but
you know who I mean.
Yeah. Dale?
Maybe it's Dale? Yeah, oh, you might be right. It might be Dale. I could also, if somebody also said he looks like the guy who played the T-1000, Robert Patrick.
I think that's a bit unfair to Robert Patrick, to be fair.
Well, you said John Cena, dude. Poor John Cena.
Yeah, but John Cena doesn't look like a normal human. He's special effects.
Well, that's true. Yeah, clearly, at least this one here, one of the eyes has been painted slightly lazily as well, which is kind of funny. Little pupil drifting off to the side of his face. I'm trying to think. I think I might prefer the body because the body's got like the grey breaks it up a bit more. But
I could work about it. The body feels like a bit more like it's had more time to cook, but man, that head.
Yeah, stop doing the heads. Just stop it. It's just not a good idea.
Do you get a feeling that the Human Alliance line always felt like a bit of an afterthought, which really sucked because if they'd given it a bit more juice, a bit more of a push, they could probably. Because I know that they went back to the drawing board with Dark of the Moon's version, and they pushed down such size point, but they gave you a lot more characters and a lot more sidekicks.
Yeah.
And it just feels like, man, this could have been they could have done something with this if they'd just been. The robots are fine. That's the
yeah, definitely.
It's the humans that just needed.
They needed helmets. That's what they needed. More helmets.
You know what really hurts these as well? The fact that 20 years prior, Mask was doing smaller figures that I'd say were much more interesting than these.
I'm not sure I'd say much more interesting. These have a really small amount more articulation to them. Not a lot, don't get me wrong. A really small amount more. I will say they had better faces from what I remember. I'll definitely agree with that. And the fact that they gave them the mask accessory definitely gave them something more to do. With the Human Alliance ones, you just kind of look at them. You can't really do anything, not a huge degree with them. You just kind of put them on the machine, and there you go for the most part.
Yeah.
XL says Dale Dribble or a anorexic Duke from G.I. Joe. Are you talking about Channing Tatum? Is that who you mean? Or like just normal cartoon Duke? Because I can see that. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'd say normal cartoon Duke on that score.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Moving that.
So they also came with a Human Alliance Sideswipe figure. We talked about this last time, but this has been redone in new colors. So obviously the hand blades still look kind of wonky and weird. I will say, I think the robot mode won't let me zoom in. The robot mode looks pretty good in black. The lime green, the moot green, Warhammer painters. The moot green's a bit random. The car mode I don't like because they've got some extra stripes on it, which makes it look a little bit weird.
I'm quite taken with the car mode because I do like. I mean, for one thing, the fact that the striping doesn't just stop.
Oh, that helps. Yeah.
Yeah. They've got the little hint of blue around for wheel arches is odd, but fine, whatever. The green onto all the translucent.
That's good.
Dig that.
Yep.
I'm quite taken with how the stripes are actually alternating, but they're not covering the entirety of the bodywork. So you have the body color and then the stripes over the top of it.
See, I'm not sure for me if it's the shape of the stripes or if it's the fact that it's black and white stripes on it. I'm not sure. It might be the combination of both. There's just something. I don't know. I'm not sure. There's paint on here, and that's kind of neat in itself. Yeah. What do you think of the robot mode, though?
I'm more fond of the vehicle mode than the robot, unfortunately, because I do like the increased amount of black. The shift from silver to grey actually does work quite nicely for him, because the silver on the standard release was always a bit overpowering, I felt, at times.
I can see that, because there wasn't any other colour, really, was there?
Yeah. That moot green, though, that's come a bit out of nowhere, hasn't it?
Do you think they're trying to match or tie in the translucent green? Is that the idea?
Possibly.
Doesn't work, whatever they were going for, but...
Yeah, at least they haven't put a translucent part as the wrist.
Oh, God, yeah, thank
small
God
mercy's fair.
Yeah.
And that blue, given it's just on the blades and his hip joints, is...
Oh, it's also on the sides of his cheeks as well, for whatever reason.
Yes, can't forget there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Allspark blue as well, basically.
It's just that feels really out of place, though. The green you can understand because he's got green in other places, just a different type of green.
Yeah.
That blue just makes you wonder why.
It highlights the places and draws your eyes to it, but I'm not sure why you want to draw the eyes to the crotch and the blades. The blades kind of make sense, but I don't know. It's an odd choice.
Yeah.
It's a weird one for sure.
Very odd.
Yeah. Next up, we have Crosshairs. Crosshairs is one of those ones where he unfortunately has gorilla arms, which is always a bummer. He's a little bit awkward and wonky. He has pretty ugly face. But if you can get into his vehicle mode, which I could, because it is effectively a H spider tank.
Yeah.
With a seat on the back. So it does not protect the driver at all. You know what it is? What do you think this vehicle is, Big D? To you and me. Or what should it be? Warhammer-wise.
Oh, it should be a Doom Crawler. Or something. Or a Defiler.
I was going to say a Necron Stalker.
That as well. Actually, yeah, Necron Stalker.
Mainly the Necron Stalker, because the Necron Stalker has the guy just randomly sitting on a chair, completely exposed, and that's what this has as well.
Yeah, but that's Necrons.
They don't care, obviously, but
their aircraft don't have any canopies.
No, well, they don't need to breathe. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the idea of this. So the spider legs, I guess, can move, but they also have treads sculpted into them as well. So it is a very bizarre little vehicle, but it means it's pretty posable and pretty interesting. It just means, like I say, the gorilla arms look a little bit ugly. He's got massive forearms as well.
You know what it looks like a little bit in that vehicle mode?
Mm-hmm.
A very stripped down but then upgunned Tachikoma from Ghost in the Shell.
I can see that. Yeah,
because it's even the right spot for the pilot, because that's how they enter them in the Tachikomas. They go in the back.
Exelhead says Cybertron Scraplet. Was that the spider drone that the kid? Yeah, it's basically, I can't remember what they called in Galaxy Force, but yeah, I think that's what they might have been going for, because if you look at the front, you've got this weird shaped thing which almost looks like the cockpit from those Scraplet units.
Yeah,
almost.
I think that's what they were going for.
I think so.
And I do dig it. It's a fun. Who can say no to a walking tank? Let's be honest.
Yeah, they're stupid. Turret. Yeah, they're fun. This one's got pretty good C-clips in it as well, and pretty small C-clip guns, but they work quite nicely as they just kind of pig onto the side of the vehicle mode. Also, his attack mode is if I remember, a kind of a if you imagine an Exoforce suit,
Yeah,
it's kind of that.
It's well, it's almost the power loader from Aliens.
That too, yeah. That's a good example. Yeah, power loader.
Think of a slightly basic exosuit from any franchise you can think of, and
yeah,
it's a really solid. It's really quite silly, but it's also quite a lot of fun.
I think you could maybe argue this is the most practical single player out of single piece. Yeah, single piece. One that works on its own for the quote unquote attack mode, because the other ones are like if you want to be generous, a flying chainsaw. So you got to really stretch your imagination.
Yeah.
And maybe boat. Maybe boat, maybe gun.
He also has the advantage. He's the only one who actually comes with a gun that's not on a C-clip.
Yes, he has just a big gun.
He has C-clip guns, but he also has a big rifle.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, because he has gorilla arm syndrome, he can't really hold the gun straight.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate. Shame. Yeah, it's his biggest downfall, and it's one of those really obnoxious issues which really do kind of suck. Unfortunately, he comes with Sergeant Kane.
I think so.
Wait, man, can he like? This one's okay. It's just the Sergeant Chaos looking, but a little bit different. Not massively.
Just done in G.I. Joe Trooper colors.
Yep. And then there was also the Thunderhead repaint, which was the first version, which is the one I had. The previous one, the one that we were just talking about, is mostly green. This one is gray, yellow, gray, orange, and black. I think this is the better color scheme, personally. I
would agree with that. I do like the repaint into Crosshair. It's much more consistent. However, Thunderhead is just more fun.
Yeah, I think the black highlights the treads better. You can actually see the treads on the spider legs. The gray is not just standard Hasbro gray plastic. It's a little...
Yes, slightly pearlescent, slightly metallic to it.
Yeah, maybe a little darker. Yeah. There's just a bit more effort into it, I think. And then the orange is really nice highlight.
And his face is much more well-defined with how they painted it as well.
Yeah, you actually can tell what's going on, which is nice. It's always a boon. I'm pretty sure he has handles on the back of his head as well, if I remember. If you look at the image, you can see these orange bits going behind his head. I think they're handles, but I can't remember. Not entirely sure. But to be honest, this was my preferred version. He came with Major Tungsten. What a name. Oh, I guess I had Major Tungsten.
They are handles, because that's where the gunner holds onto the controls the cannon from.
Oh, of course. Yeah, there you go. I was right. Nice. But yeah, he comes with Major Tungsten. So he's a John Cena lookalike again. So I'd say the previous version... what was the name? Crosshairs. Crosshairs is the better human.
Yeah.
Thunderhead's the better robot. Again.
They should just stop trying to do human heads on this line.
Yes. But you can see why they did it, because they didn't want to have just everybody in helmets, but maybe that would have been better.
Yeah.
Maybe that would have been better.
Yeah.
How many failures can you take before maybe you change your mind? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I like Thunderhead. He was pretty fun, despite issues. Half Tracks next. I had the original version, which was not this one. This one is your Arctic-y kind of color, so light blue, black, gray, and white. Turns into a dune buggy pretty successfully. And a pretty decent robot as well, to be honest. He actually has real hands as well. Proper holdy things hands at the right angle. I think he's just got the wheels are just on his feet and on his shoulders, which is not really the cleanest look, but
it's not clean. But honestly,
it's fine.
There's not really anywhere else for him to go, and
no,
he kind of nails everything else, doesn't he?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just a really solid little robot, and for an open one seat dune buggy with a roll cage kind of look, it's pretty decent vehicle mode as well.
Yeah.
Now the hands just stick out the back. Well, the hands fall down, and then these little exhaust things kind of pop out, which isn't great, but it's all right. I remember always thinking that the roll cage always feels a bit wonky. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if the roll cage, the clip, because it has a big pin running through it to get it to work.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that cracked or has been cracked
absolutely,
now.
yeah.
It looks like that kind of plastic.
If anything was going to go, I think that would be it.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's good.
I know the visible hands is an issue at back. However, the fact they thought to have the exhaust that folded out is at least a nice touch. I appreciate they made the effort.
Yeah, definitely.
Doesn't necessarily work, but they tried, damn it. And that's more than we can say a lot of the
time. He has a normal gun, which also has a C-clip in it. The C-clip gun awkwardly stores in the in the vehicle mode, but he can hold it normally. The C-clip's just in the top of the gun, which looks a bit weird, really, but it's fine. Whatever. Comes with major altitude, not attitude, but altitude, who is pretty cool. He looks like a 40s alien, like visitor from another planet kind of thing, in a spacesuit.
So half-track's supposed to be a moon buggy, right? I got you. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I was looking at Major Altitude and thinking, why is this dude in a dune buggy? It's like, oh, wait, it's a moon buggy. Okay, gotcha.
Which kind of works. It's fine. I think this is like fairly interesting for a human character. He has a space helmet, so the look that's painted green, and the details on him are reasonably interesting. He does have random like discs on his thighs, though.
Yeah, I mean, I get what they're going for because they're trying to mimic how some spacesuits are designed with that sort of joint mechanism.
Yeah,
but because they've had to accommodate
the weird joint,
the thigh joints, it doesn't go as far as it's supposed to.
No,
but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of detail sculpted. Although you can't see all of it, they've painted enough of it that it's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
Even though otherwise it's black with Dayglow green.
Which I'm good because it looks a bit like Blacktron from Lego.
Yeah.
It's that kind of color scheme. He just needed a little bit more white.
It's an inspiration for him. So,
you could be right. XL Hedge says, kind of wonder why we didn't get a series Black / Lightning Collection / Legend series for Transformer Humans because no one would buy them.
Yeah.
Sadly. That'll pretty much be it because when you go for Transformers, you go for the Transformers, not the humans. I wouldn't buy any of the human characters myself.
As much as I've liked human characters in quite a lot of the franchise over the years, none of them would have sold as toys.
No.
Sadly.
They would have sold a little bit. You know what you could do them as? You could do them as Hasbro Pulse exclusives. That would be the perfect place for them.
I mean, I like what Hasbro been doing. I'm not fond of them doing con exclusives, but the fact they did like the Void Rivals as G.I. Joe figures, but as those figures, so they were available in a way.
I
actually have always kind of I was always kind of a bit gutted we didn't get more characters done like that because like I quite enjoyed Verity Carlo's arc over the IDW stuff.
Oh yeah.
Her, either in her Wrecker guys or as she appeared in her final arc, could have been quite fun. But again, it's a bit of a niche thing, it's a tough sell. So
again, I think if you're going to do them, you could do them, and you could just put them as Hasbro Pulse exclusives. I think that would be the perfect place for them, for the fans kind of thing. But whatever. So we also had the repaint of this guy, which is Dark of the Moon Sandstorm, which was the first version to come out. I had this one. He's gone for more of a military green kind of look. I don't know if he's still meant to be a moon buggy. I don't think he is. I think he's just a dune buggy. But he's all in green and whatnot. Do you prefer this one or do you prefer the moon one?
Ooh. I'm kind of torn because I do quite like both of them, actually.
Neither of them are desperately exciting color scheme wise, I would say.
They're not exciting. They're both pretty. They both do the job, you know.
Yeah, they're both
I appreciate
practical.
I appreciate the Sandstorm. He's got a bit more detail in. So like the missiles that show up in the base mode are painted,
yes.
which I don't think they were on Otherlad. And the fact that he's got the green, it's not quite an army green, it's a bit lighter. And then you have that an even lighter, almost tan green.
Oh, you know what the green is? I think the green's almost Death Guard green, funnily enough.
Oh, Ogryn green and Creed khaki. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. but then you have, there's some quite nice black in there, and then you got the really nice vibrant red for the head crest, which does pop quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say though that his partner is easily beaten out by Major Altitude.
It's a different head though.
Oh, is it? I hadn't realized.
Yeah,
I hadn't noticed
it's a different head from the John Cena heads that we've had so far. Here he looks. The guy looks a little bit like Bato from Ghost in the Shell.
Yes, yeah.
Because I think it's mainly because the dots for the eyes are so close to the nose. So I don't think mine was that bad for the eye placement, but again, he's not desperately good. We didn't talk about the quote-unquote base mode. I will say this has probably been the worst out of the third modes, because I don't even know how to describe what he... Like, they say he turns into a base. But is it?
Yeah.
I don't even know how I would describe how this looks.
I mean, if you told me it was supposed to be a turret that was mounted somewhere else,
it's still rough.
It's still a reach. Yeah.
Yeah. It really looks more like a fan mode more than we actually were designing a third thing for it to do. It doesn't look like anything, unfortunately.
But thankfully, but thankfully though, he's got a great robot mode and a really good alt mode. So.
That's true. Do you think it's meant to be like a seat? And like the missiles are underneath the legs, which are not a great design, granted, but is that the idea? So like they sit on the little the tacky green bit.
I think so.
That's a bad base design. You don't want your legs to dangle in front of missile launchers, generally speaking. I don't think.
I mean, they could be supposed to be laser batteries, because
I don't think you want your legs dangling in front of laser batteries either.
Yeah, I mean that does look like the 6-pack of medium legs is from one of the Hunchbacks in BattleTech.
Oh yes,
the disco ball of doom.
Yep. Excel Head says, Andy, you can't tell me Haikyuu/Jinrai wouldn't sell. I can. He wouldn't sell to the general public because who the fuck is he?
I think I have seen a dedicated Jinrai action figure released in Japan, but that's because it's Japan.
Yeah.
And Jinrai would sell like gangbusters there.
They did Minerva as well, and they didn't do the other two kids or the Decepticon ones or Giga and Mega. So I think that probably suggests it probably did fine, but not well enough to justify a whole line of them. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Again, I think you could maybe sell them as like Hasbro Pulse exclusives, but as a mass market thing in Toys R Us, never. No one knows who Jinrai is, who's not like dedicated into Transformers, right?
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah.
Like, just go out into the streets tomorrow and ask who is Jinrai. They think you're a fucking crazy person. Get the fuck away from him. Next up, we have one that I missed out on. This came out after I had left and basically stopped wanting to buy anymore. This was, and I thought it looked pretty good. It's a drag strip. He was, in fact, an F1 car. So I never had this one, but I thought he always looked neat, and it seems like he has extra modes compared to the other ones. Maybe
he does seem to have a lot going on, doesn't he?
But I think some of these might be very generous, and there might be fan modes. I'm not entirely sure.
Yes, I think that's probably a safe bet. To be fair.
I think generally, though, his robot mode looks reasonably interesting. It looks like he's got really bad position for his shoulders, though, if this is transformed correctly, of course. The shoulders look a bit on the wonky side. I can't tell if he has gorilla arms or if I think he does. I'm trying to figure out if there's a joint in there as well. I don't think there is.
I think the main issue is that his hands don't pivot, because I think his elbow goes into a joint in the shoulder.
Yeah.
That can pivot around. So he's got the regular elbow joint and he's got the bicep swivel.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a wrist swivel, so that means his hands can't actually. If his hands could change orientation from where they are now, that would actually solve a lot of problem with his silhouette, where he's got basically the front halves of his car hanging off his arms.
Yeah, it's a bit more of a problem than with because this is the same problem that what did we call him, Thunderhead had. The spider tank dude, it's same issue. Yeah. This one has a little bit more because, like you say, he's got the front of the F1 car kind of hanging off of his arms and the wheels as well. It's awkward. I like the big purple thing behind his head. Reminds me of Scorponok's shield from G1.
Yeah. That
looks kind of cool. Colors are nice. The vehicle mode is really good.
It is
for an F1 car. Looks great. I liked his. I partially like the Firebird Phoenix tampo on the front. It almost feels like there needs to be a bit more.
Yeah, it's a bit sudden.
Yeah,
but I like they've made the effort on there though.
Yeah, maybe. Do you think it needed just a bit more paint, like on the front of it?
I do think that's the case, because it's going over black paint and onto yellow plastic. That means the yellow they've used, you can tell that you can see how the translucency has affected it, because as we said before, yellow onto black especially is a nightmare.
Oh yeah,
in almost every case. And then because actually, I think if it was a case of that black arrow had been a bit broader, so it covered all of the Firebird motif. So it wasn't that 2 shades of yellow. I think that probably would have helped.
You might be right, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think you could have made it any smaller on that part of the car.
No.
Made it work, because you wouldn't be able to fit a Decepticon logo in there, certainly, if you'd done that. But I think if the black had been a broader or longer arrow going further down the car, so that way we got more space to fit the Firebird motif in without going across the paint onto the plastic, that I think would have helped. As ever, yellow, it probably could have done with an extra coat as well, but as is, I think that's probably what would have helped in these circumstances.
Yeah, probably right. Yeah. So the purple thing on his back seems to splay out for one of his attack modes, which is a shield, I suppose. Not sure who can use him as a shield, but I suppose somebody might be able to.
Yeah, you always got to feel sorry for guys who transform into a shield.
Yeah, that's pretty rough when you have to tank a hit for somebody else. But to be fair, Dragstrip here has the last laugh because there's a giant hole in the middle of him.
Oh, yes. But, although equally, it's a sort of shield where you can imagine he transforms and then someone just shoves a gun through him and they use him as a gun shield.
Yeah, that could work as well, yeah.
Actually, that would look really cool.
The robot attack mode seems to be the same robot mode, just with his C-clip weapons attached to him. Yeah. It's just like, okay. And then the vehicle attack is the C-clip weapons just pegged into the front of the car. So I think we're stretching things. I think they were kind of ballsy to use the C-clip weapons and have a gradient on them painted.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice gradient. I actually do quite like that.
It is. Is this where the budget should have gone?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Painting them in yellow and then seemingly spraying them black or purple or something. It seems a bit ballsy for no real reason, to be honest.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Came with he's got a really good name. The figure he came with is Master Disaster. That's pretty good.
Yeah. He's a bit boring, isn't he?
Oh, he's translucent as well, I think. Is he
Oh,
translucent?
I think he might be.
Yeah, he's translucent as well.
Oh dear.
Oh well. He does look like a race car driver, so that's something.
Yeah. I mean, if they were trying to get him to represent like a holographic driver, then sure, okay.
It's boring. It's just black, translucent, smoky plastic. All of him. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
all right. Fair enough.
I wonder how surviving versions of this are getting on nowadays.
Yeah, it might be fine. It might be fine. It feels like the shield gimmick took up a lot of this toy's budget. And probably affected like its general articulation and transformation maybe more than it should have done, I feel.
I have to say, having had this look over the Human Alliance one, so part of me is debating going back and seeing what prices are like on eBay for some of these.
I can't
some of
imagine
these do
they'd be
look quite fun.
expensive. I can't say they'd be expensive.
I imagine the biggest challenge would be if they were complete. Those C-clip weapons, I imagine, are going to be a real pain.
Yeah, probably.
But honestly, I don't think they're a deal breaker for a lot of them.
If you could get Thunderhead, I'd say Thunderhead's a pretty fun one that we've looked at tonight. There are more to come, obviously. I can't remember how many more there are left, but they're all pretty interesting to play with. Give it a try. XLH says, so were all the Stunticons turned into movie toys? By my count, we've seen everyone but Motormaster. I think that might be true. To be fair, we probably had Motormaster as like a shitty repaint of like a Legends figure, probably.
Oh yeah, there was a movieverse pack of the combiner leaders or combiner the special team leaders.
There'll be some version of him, but it'll probably be a version that no one cares about or wants, I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, I know that the first real Motormaster we had for the longest time was
Combiner Wars?
No, it was the Cybertron job. The Stunticon job.
Oh, I don't class that because that was that was a con exclusive. But no, you're right. That came out.
Combiner Wars,
Yeah. He also says a drag strip equals a sky boom shield, effectively.
Yeah.
In a sense. Next up, we have a standalone legend. I don't remember there being a lot of standalone legends, but I remember this being reasonably popular because this was the first Brawn that we had in a long time. Because this is no, not Brawn. It was classed as Guzzle, but Guzzle, who was a Firecon Sparkbot?
Sparkbot, yeah.
Sparkbot. It was the first time we had a Sparkbot in years. Wow.
In fact, I think this is Guzzle's only toy since G1.
You're probably right.
In fact, he's on the record shelf in my cabinet.
Oh, you've got this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always pick up the MMC version instead, but I never got around to it.
See, I never owned it. I remember playing with it and thinking it was a solid little toy, though the proportions are incredibly wonky. But what do you think about him, Big D? Do you like him?
Oh, yeah. He's fun for what he is. I deeply wish we could have a proper modern version of Guzzle, either based on his G1 toy or an IDW version. I don't care. I'd like a modern version, please.
Yeah.
But as a stopgap, this does job because it's a nice looking tank mode.
It's a really nice looking tank mode. Like, compare this tank mode to Studio Series Megatron.
Yeah. I mean, it's a decent tank. The robot mode, really, the gun barrel goes the other way up, guys. Come on.
Wait, it's a penis.
But for all he's got slightly wonky proportions, it actually fits the character where how they were depicting him in media, in the comics. They went for very hench. He's a small dude, but he's built like so heavily he doesn't think of himself as being a small dude.
See, what I mean by wonky proportions is how the shoulders work. So you can see, like, we've got the grey sticks coming out and then the arms there. And that's what I mean by wonky proportions. You've got these really thin, like, shoulder sticks, I suppose, that then connect quite deep into these gigantic shoulders. That's what I mean by wonky. And then you go into the massive gorilla arms as well.
Yeah, honestly, if he had just better shoulder joints, an upscaled version with better shoulder joints would probably make this into a stunning figure for a
I
lot of
wonder if
people.
he could tweak this with modern engineering standards and get the idea of this figure and give him deluxe budget and like pumping up for the Power of the Primes line, what they would look like. I think that could be interesting.
I think he could, because I don't think this guy had any articulation of the head, and there's no waist.
I think you're right. Yeah, no waist, which you could do.
But adding those in and basically re-engineering the shoulders, because I'm sure we've seen tank formers with better shoulders than this that do a similar sort of transformation.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's doable.
I mean, Armada Megatron, or in this day and era, Age of the Primes, Galvatron, I suppose.
Yeah,
similar idea.
Absolutely.
I think it's doable. Yeah, I think this is a great toy. I like the tank mode a lot. Obviously, the turret doesn't turn left or right. That is a downside, obviously, but it looks like a tank. It's only got a few small gaps in the front where you can tell there's robot. This, again, a legend scale figure compared to Studio Series Megatron, which is a leader price point figure. Do you remember if the gun can move up and down, the actual gun barrel? Does that move up and down, at least?
I think it can slightly, but not very much.
Okay, well, if it can slightly, that's good. Yeah, he came with a small gun and a large gun, which it looks like he can hold awkwardly, but he can hold them.
He can hold both. They're fine. They do both have slight transformation gimmicks built in. So the large gun, as you can see, is actually a missile pod on the tank, and the smaller gun is a small gun on the tank. So, but yeah, he can hold both. I think they might even have a combination gimmick.
Oh, really? Okay.
I can't remember for certain on that score.
It looks like it wouldn't surprise me if they did. Maybe. I don't know.
But I like the fact that they got his. I mean, for one thing, you look at that robot mode, and there's no other character that can be.
No.
Even with the movie styling, the head sculpt and the way they've coloured the body, it's Guzzle. If you've got any knowledge of Transformers, odds on you'll be able to look at that picture and go, "Oh, it's Guzzle." Huh.
And this was obviously an issue because it's the only way you could get him, so far, there really hasn't been any other ways to get him. I remember he was popular at the time because I think he must have been last Stand of the Wreckers must have happened round about this time.
Last Stand, it would have. Actually, I think it would have been,
So quite serendipitous that he came out, really. Perfect time for him to come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Guzzle. That's the last of the Legends scale figures and whatnot. For this part, we got Bumblebee next, because of course we do. There's 5 million Bumblebees, so let's get one more.
Yep.
How do you think this one looks, Big D? Because it looks like another Bumblebee to me.
It does.
This one has C-clips. I can see the C-clips on his wrist. That's new.
Yep. Yeah, C-clips. He's got, like you say, it's another movie Bumblebee. They've tweaked the alt mode to match that year's Camaro. He's got a slightly refined design of a robot, but it's still Bumblebee.
I'm sure it's different, but the problem is, because I've not owned these, they do just kind of, for me, mush into nothingness and being like, oh, it's just another one. I feel like a mum or a granny going into a toy store and it's like, what's the difference between these things? I'm like, they're all the same.
I'm not sure if I bought any of this movie's Bumblebees, because I think I had the Battle Blade Bee, and that was pretty. It fit what I wanted for a movie Bumblebee. It had the mask that flipped down. It had one arm where you could turn it into a cannon.
Oh yeah.
One arm where the axe folded out, and they were quite elegantly integrated for the time. So. This one, where suddenly he has a giant cannon that transforms. But
what's it transform into? Because it doesn't actually show you. It shows it's like a big machine gun, and obviously this is the mech tech stuff, and you'd pull it back, and it would turn into, what's it, like a chainsaw or something?
I think this one might have just extended into a bigger gun, either that or a blade or a sword came out.
Okay.
I get real confused with the mech tech weapons because
they're so boring. They're so annoying. They just needed to clip into place. But the reason this Bumblebee was interesting was because of his repaint into Evil Bumblebee. His real name being, was it Darkfire Bumblebee?
Yeah, and this is kind of a very nice repaint, let's be honest.
Dark of the Moon, Cyberfire Bee, that's his name. Cyberfire Bee, sorry. Yes. This was a super nice paint job. The fact that they gave his translucent eyes from blue to red makes him very sinister looking.
You know what? I've just spotted what is actually a different thing, which Cyberfire Bee highlighted for me.
Mm-hmm.
They've got racing grills on the side of the door windows.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is,
Because that was the big thing with
he was part of the wreckers, wasn't he? So, roll cages,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I could never tell the difference between his Camaros. It's just another yellow one. They all look the same. But this, I'd say mostly they got the fire effects looking pretty good. Better than I can paint fire effects, but I've seen other people in the Warhammer community paint way better. But for a Transformers Bumblebee figure, this was striking as how interesting this was.
Especially over black plastic as well, because it's not solid stripes, because it's actually that flaming effect. You can see where it did need a bit of extra coat in places, but I think going into the black and it changing the tone actually helps it, because it gives it the effect of the lightning kind of changing color as it travels, which is,
I think that's being very generous.
I was going to say it's probably not intended,
no,
but it gives it helps. So
there are definitely other places like the more solid yellow where it's more noticeable that it, like you say, it needed more coats to it. Otherwise, he comes with the same gray flat Hasbro plastic gray gun. But the fact that you had evil, sinister Super Bumblebee, who obviously wasn't in the movie, was really cool. This is the best looking version of Bumblebee, easily. And I don't think the other version's not nearly as interesting either. It's just standard Bumblebee, because they've replaced all the black for grey, pretty much.
Yeah, and they've given him one of the other characters' guns. I think that's from one of the wreckers.
You're right. Yeah, I noticed that, yeah. Oh, they have dirtied up the front of his car as well.
Oh, yeah.
With like smoky burn marks, but only that part. Oh, no, I lied. Yeah. The side of the door's got like a brown smudge on it as well. It's, I don't know what they're going for, really.
That's a good use of budget.
Yeah. It looks a little bit more sense in robot mode.
Oh, it's supposed to be a street brawl. That's why.
Yeah.
Street side bot brawl, Prime and Shockwave were. I'm not sure if they were in the same set with him or if they were just.
This was available exclusively at Toys R Us with Optimus Prime and with Shockwave. So you're right. Game is a 3-pack. Oh God, is that Fast Action Battle Optimus Prime?
I'm not sure, but I know that the weapons are what came with Dark of the Moon Laserbeak.
Yeah, that is a very basic Optimus Prime. That's a... Oh God, have you seen the Optimus Prime's truck mode?
Jesus. Oh, and he's got a lot of translucent from as well, hasn't he?
Oh, is that what it is? To me, his vehicle mode looks like, you know, when you buy a scuffed up job lot of Warhammer figures from eBay.
Yeah.
And the paint's absolutely scuffed. It looks like that. Not in a good way. That's, all right, maybe, okay, I'm going to look at the Shockwave, and I'm going to be happily surprised. Well, it's not awful, I suppose.
I mean...
It's maybe more accurate than the standard Shockwave, which we'll get to later on.
I think it might be. Maybe. Yeah.
Because the standard Shockwave was heavy purple, where this is gray primarily, and then like...
I mean, this is much more of a movie aesthetic. It's so metallic you can't make anything out.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about Shockwave when we get to him later, though.
Yeah,
I just wanted to have a look at them, and I mean, we're not going to be talking about Bot Brawl Optimus Prime because that's baby toy.
Boot in the bin.
Yeah, but the Bumblebee, not so much. I mean, this is probably the worst out of the three of them. The evil Bumblebee is the best one, and the other one's just another Bumblebee. Yeah. Another one that was part of a 3-pack, and I assume this is meant to be a deluxe, but when you look at the female bike formers, it's fucking hard to tell. It's a Leader 1.
It so is, yeah.
She has a face, and it is not a happy one. It's I'm want to talk to your manager, please, kind of face.
It's the face of a character from Beast Machines.
I kind of see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
She does not have an abdomen at all.
No.
Is this a deluxe? I think it is, right?
I think it is, purely because it's like...
But it's so bad. It's so bad. I'm sure it might be mistransformed, but it appears that the front half of the bike just doesn't transform at all, and you just stand it up. There is no abdomen area, and the back of the bike just turns into the gun, which is stuck to one of her arms, so she can't ever get rid of it, seemingly. I think this might be the worst of the 3 bikes that we've seen so far.
I think so.
This is really bad.
It's shockingly bad, yeah.
Yeah, very lazy, very poorly designed. Okay, the bike mode. What do you think of the bike? Do you like the bike? Because apart from the giant, imagine the random blobs of grey that break up the purple weren't there, which would be nicer.
I mean, it's quite a nice purple they've used.
Yes,
I do like that.
Yeah,
and it's a very clean silver application they've got on the bits that are painted silver.
Yep, could have done with more of that, I feel.
But man, the stuff that actually lets her transform, the armature for that we can call her torso and her foot, for want of a better term.
Yes.
They're not great.
Okay, I've thought of a positive. So, you know how the previous bike women required an entire separate piece to help them stand?
Yeah, at least hers is integral. But,
yes, it's integrated into the bike mode. There we go. That's something positive.
Yes.
Otherwise,
we've said something nice.
Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what you'd say that's good about it. To be honest, it's rough.
I like how parts. This figure came with no accessories. No kidding.
No, it did come with Dark of the Moon Human Alliance skids. Oh, Human Alliance skids, the big one. Okay, and EPS.
I hadn't realized they did a Human Alliance skids.
I guess they did. We must have skipped it last time. I skipped it because I'm stupid. So how does Skids look? Oh, he's in the better color scheme. It's a better color scheme version of Skids.
Yeah, I mean it's still Skids, but this actually might be even. You know what? I actually like this robot mode more than any other Skids we've seen.
Yeah, like his giant hand isn't as aggressively giant as the other ones, right?
Yeah.
So it looks somewhat in proportion.
If he had a different head design, that would actually be a pretty decent robot overall.
Yeah.
I'd be quite happy with that.
Still not perfect because it looks like he's got a huge butt flap of the roof of the car. But
that might just be mistransformed because that might be able to compress in.
Certainly.
I
can
not,
see.
But it might be able to.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say it looks better than the other one. Definitely. Yeah. How's EPS? Oh, no. No, he's a man made out of chocolate who's melting.
Yeah, that's
If I was to ascribe an actual actor to this, he looks like I don't know what his name is. Have you seen the Resident Evil live action movie, the first one?
Yes.
Do you remember the commander of that guy? I can't remember his name, but I've seen him in lots of things. He looks like he's meant to be that guy.
Yeah. More
so than the guy that played EPS in the movies. But
the thing is, they have pictures of the two previous EPs figures that they released, and this isn't even the best of those three.
The 2009 one looks, man, that one's got some legs on him.
Yeah, and I mean, and the screen, the 07 one isn't even an action figure. He's just a solid piece of plastic.
Yeah, that one looks way better. I won't let me get a good picture of it. That one actually looks like EPs. The ones that they've tried to make into quote unquote action figures all have turned out poorly, let's say. So, I mean, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the EPs with skids, or do you prefer the EPs from 09 that came with Sideswipe?
I'll probably go with 09 because at least he resembles something more human than.
Does he? He looks like Mr. Fantastic in some ways. Like Mr. Fantastic's powers have activated.
He's a little stretched, but
a little.
But his face doesn't look like he's got.
No, he doesn't look like he's melting.
This one almost looks like he's wearing that mask that Tom Cruise had in Vanilla Sky.
Oh yeah, he does look like EPs a little bit here. It's not great, it's not perfect, but it's way closer to EPs than the Skids toy, for sure.
I do hope none of the actors actually had to sign off these.
Man, can you imagine? You're like, oh, you're getting an action figure of yourself, and you think, oh, that's cool. Having a little toy version of myself. You thinking back to the 90s when Arnie got his first action figure. That would have been pretty cool. And then you see what they give you, and it's like, what the fuck? This doesn't look like me. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah. Why, bruh? Come on, man.
Yeah.
And it's because, like, fuck them. It's the robots that get the budget. No one else does. This is a terrible pack. Like, the only thing that's worthwhile in here is arguably the Human Line Skids in the better color scheme. Because the Elite is dog shit. The EPs is dog shit.
That's such a damning thing to say, that the best part of it is Skids.
Yeah.
Movie Skids.
It's true, though. I ain't lying.
That's not a sentence you ever want to be saying.
It's not. I don't feel good about saying it. Nope. We can talk about Jolt next, which is weird because Jolt wasn't in the movie. This is the only version of Jolt, and he's not in Jolt's color scheme either. This is a unique mold.
Yeah, it's so bizarre because he doesn't have arguably his defining feature, his whips.
Are they in there at all? No, he's got a stupid gun. So I guess he didn't have the budget. I think
they've sculpted them as a feature on the back of his forearms, but they don't do anything.
Yeah, the blue bits, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what they're intended to be, but they don't actually do anything.
I think you might be right.
The gun, I think, turns into a crossbow kind of arrangement.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, it says a lot for actually tried to photograph any of these weapons deployed.
Well, it's because you'd have to have a thumb in them, holding them in position to show them what the other mode is.
A bit of blue tack stuff in there, which you need so much because they're on such strong springs as well.
Yeah. How do you think Jolt holds up? I think this might look a little bit more interesting. He does look like he has a little bit of gorilla arm syndrome, but I think there's a lot of translucent plastic on him, though. Oh.
I mean, there's especially a lot around his legs, which I'm not too happy with.
Yeah, and the front of his thighs as well. Like, you've got two parts of the roof for the front mirror of the car.
The way his neck basically, or his shoulders basically rest on top of his torso, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
If probably not the most stable platform. But, I mean, it's not, I wouldn't necessarily say he's a bad figure, but he's certainly interesting.
Well, this is obviously from neither of us who've handled him. This is just going off how he looks here, which again might be mistransformed, of course.
I mean, there's some interesting colours going on with that orange and then that electric blue dotted around.
Yeah, the orange for the headlights, which is fine. That's okay. The electric blue, like you say, is nice. He's just it's like the top half of his body is very underpainted, and then the abdomen to lower body looks like it's got a lot more work to it.
I think that's probably the worst thing about it. If there was a bit more deco on that shoulder piece, where his head rests, that probably would have helped a lot.
It's just odd that he's not in Jolt's colors, because Jolt's blue.
Yeah.
It's meant to be primarily blue. He's not here.
But then I'm guessing they probably designed this when they thought he was going to be in the film, and then.
Well, he brought Optimus Prime back to life. You think they'd give him a bit more oomph to him, I guess, right?
Yeah. But I mean, it's one that probably wouldn't be a bad part of anyone's collection, but just kind of stands out as being a bit weird.
He definitely looks like he's again, not having owned him. He looks like a shelf filler, like he's there, like maybe he's a 5 out of 10 kind of character.
It doesn't help that he turned into an electric car, and honestly, do any electric cars look exciting?
I'm sure there must be some. I don't know what they are though.
Only when you get into like the super or hypercar bracket. Everyday use EVs, honestly, they all look kind of boring. Exciting about this, the electric blue, and the fact they've tried to replicate carbon fiber on detailing on the roof and bonnet.
Yeah, is that like sculpted in? I think it is, right?
I think it might be, yeah. Which
is weird that they'd sculpt that. It's kind of nice. I don't know why they do have the electric blue on the front window screen and then on the side of the windows. That's odd looking. Don't know about that. XL Hedge says, I didn't know I didn't know who did Tyrese Gibson's worse. These toys are panty and stockings. Oh. Tyrese Gibson's in panty and stocking?
I didn't know that.
Maybe I misunderstood that.
I haven't watched either the original or the new series, to be fair of that. So
well, that's fair enough. And also says, just give Lennox and Epps G.I. Joe classified figures. If you wanted to do them, that would be the place to do them for sure. That'd be the place.
Honestly, given this around the time when they did that Agent Tracker G.I. Joe figure, I'm kind of surprised they never have done.
Man, they missed out because the Agent Tracker figure was really cool. And they didn't do any others. It was stupid.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Barricade. Yes, another one. I think this one doesn't look too bad, actually. It looks like his shoulders are not connected to the body, though. They're connected to hinge joints, which is not desperately good, unless they do plug into the torso, which it doesn't look like they do.
No, I don't think they do, sadly.
No. Why do the front doors of the car mode unpeg from the arms on hinges?
I think that's so he can have an elbow joint.
Is it?
Because rather than having the door split, they had just the door as a single piece that hinges out. I think it should fold. I think that should actually fold up against the upper arm.
Yeah, just to tidy it up.
They've just they haven't finished. They've not transformed it properly.
I wonder if that's true. Or if there's another reason for it.
It's how it looks to my eye. To be fair, I could be wrong. In all honesty, if anyone's listening to this has had this figure, please tell us.
Yeah, let us know. It looks like he has ball joints in his hips, but the actual hip joints seem to rotate. So if you'll notice on the right-hand side of the picture, the hip joint looks like it's not turned correctly. So the ball joint's facing us, where it should be facing inwards to the robot. So I think there's some mistransformation again here.
It might not be. The thing is, that sort of joint can always be a bit of a pain when you have a floating thigh joint on the hip.
Yeah,
be a bit of a pain sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll say the head mold looks good. It's been painted well.
It's a nice killer head.
Barricade.
It's a killer head sculpt. I mean, was this the first Barricade at the deluxe scale? Because it's always been
because the first movie had a deluxe Barricade as well.
Oh yes, we did.
Yeah, if you go down to name reuses, it'll show you. Should it? 2005 Energon Barricade. No.
Movie barricade toy table.
It really doesn't have it listed there. Okay. For more information, see our movie barricade toy table. Click on that link. Okay, yeah, that one will do. So yeah, there was an 07
Oh yeah,
one.
he did have a deluxe. Huh? You know, for some reason, my brain just always thought he was only Voyager for the longest time. Weird.
Did he get a different one for Fallen?
No, because
No,
he wasn't in Fallen because they made it looked like they killed him in. Actually, no, they didn't kill him in the first film. They just didn't do anything with him in.
No, he vanished.
Yeah. And then he turns back up in Dark of the Moon.
As a background character to die again.
Yeah.
As you do. But yeah, this barricade looks like at this point in time, it was probably the best version. Like he was clearly better than the first movie mold. Still not perfect, but better. The police car mode looks nice. It's a shame, obviously, once again, translucent windows that you can see the inside gubbins and it doesn't look desperately good. And he came with a gun which looks like it turns into a Wolverine claw, I think. I would presume.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, looks like it.
Hmm.
Wasn't reused or recolored, so this was the one use for him, which is I guess interesting. So that's sorry, dude, you get the one use because Crankcase came out. I had Crankcase. Now there's an interesting thing about Crankcase. If you didn't know, Big D, depending on the release of Crankcase, he either had his middle fingers nipped or not nipped.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Were they a bit too sharp and pointy for?
They were pointier and longer, but it was the first batch that had them nipped, and the second batches or the later batches didn't have them nipped.
Oh, that's interesting.
If I remember, it was something like that. I unfortunately was unlucky and got the ones with the nipped middle fingers. I remember this figure being reasonably awkward. He has his giant pincer claw on the back of his head. He's got the dreadlocks, which stop his head being able to turn left and right, and he's got the big door panels on his arms, which again make his arms a little bit on the weird side. I think he was like a reasonably fine figure, just like
He looks like prime goon material.
I could see that.
The sort of figure you could easily buy a few of, which is why we ended up with the repaint we did get down the line.
That's right.
But, I mean, one thing you have to appreciate from movies for, they did give us a lot of quite weird goon type characters to fill out your collection with, didn't they?
I guess the problem was there was just like this is kind of a messy design because of the dreadlocks and
it really is
all of the stuff going on. But that was the movie, I suppose, as well at that point.
I think the weird thing is that you got the pincers, you have the head and the dreadlocks, which for all their cumbersome are kind of cool.
Yes, yeah.
The arms are a bit lanky, but then his legs are just sure he's got the painted claws on his feet. But otherwise, they're quite bog standard legs. They're probably the most normal legs we've seen so far.
Yeah, you're probably right. There's sculpted detail on the thighs and stuff, I suppose, to give that kind of metallic look. But yeah, you're right. They're just like, standard legs in it. Vehicle mode, SUV, fine.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Nice again.
It's got one big blob of grey on the front of the hood of the car, which is always a bit of a shame when that happens. But yeah. Okay, whatever. And his gun turned into a little claw. That's what happened. You pulled it forward and it turned into a little claw. Again,
of course it did.
Not very interesting, but...
These were such weird weapons. They really were.
Yeah.
And it was frustrating because they ate up... You can tell they put so much work into them, but they left off crucial bits, like we've said, and we'll always say, the ability to lock them in place.
Yeah. I see what you were talking about for the repaint, because it got done for Age of Extinction into a quote-unquote Viacon, which, it's clearly not a fucking Viacon. But the repaint's actually pretty good. Yeah. I like it quite a lot. They've made it primarily black and used this dark blue and silvers for highlights to kind of pick it out and make it look really sinister with bright yellow eyes. He's still got the general mold issues, and it looks like this one doesn't have the super pointy fingers again, so that's a bit of a shame. But for a redo of the kill scheme, this is really solid, to be honest.
Yeah. And I will say, although he can't actually hold the gun in his hand, the fact that they put the port on his forearm means that he shouldn't have the issue of the gun being overbalanced, which so many other characters did.
No, but his hands were made out of the pliable material that his dreadlocks were made out of. That's an issue. And the claw. The pincers were fine because that was obviously quite thick. And the dreads made sense because, you know, they had to get the fuck out of the way sometimes. But the hands being pliable materials, maybe that's how they were allowed to have the pointy fingers that they then snipped off, I guess.
I imagine so. It was a shame when they did that, though, because of all the places to have pliable plastic, why would you put it in the hands?
Well, they've done it before. I don't think they've really done it much since, to be honest.
No, they've gotten better with hands, to be fair.
Yeah, I think the biggest egregious hands we have at the moment is Studio Series Scavenger, because his hands are painted for some reason, which isn't a great idea.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. Next up, we have Darksteel, who's a repaint of Dark of the Moon Sideswipe, who we can also talk about. But this is a pretty fun redo of a character. This is kind of the Cyberfire Bumblebee repaint and slight retool. He's got a new head. The new head's really neat. And his color scheme is a very smoky brown, grayish, silvery kind of color, a goldish kind of color, and then a metallic-y blue kind of color as well, and then translucent orange. So he's definitely giving off the sinister vibes.
He's got the vibes of, like, the mysterious extra member of the Stundercons they don't talk about after he shows up once in a while just for branding purposes. I
don't know why. He reminds me a little bit of Prime Dead End, I think he's called.
Yeah. I think I'm not sure if I have this guy or not. I think I do, and I think I got him with Dead End.
Oh, really?
Specifically because I got them more or less at the same time because I liked how they looked as a pair. They had that sort of vibe as being, they were just fun, alternate Decepticon hench goons.
Yeah. He's got a good goon vibe to him.
Yeah.
Really interesting face design. I really think that's kind of fun.
So some of the head designs have been quite, especially on the resculpts, have been quite fun for these. So.
Yeah, and the car mode, pretty good. I think this is just how Sideswipe is. We'll see when we click on this stuff.
It's how he is in Dark of the Moon.
That's what I mean, yeah. And he has 2 mech tech guns, which I recognize being from someone else, because I'm sure I had these, but I can't remember for whom. They clearly don't go on the vehicle mode desperately well, as you can see.
Yeah.
So, I guess we may as well talk about the remold. It was also remolded for Dark of the Moon Starscream. Oh, the accessories for Starscreams. Oh, that makes sense. I knew I had them. I just couldn't think where. Okay, so his accessories were remolded? Remolded from Starscreams?
I think they look just like repaints.
They look like repaints to me as well. It says remolded, but whatever. So Sideswipe. Sideswipe. Okay, so the mold is the same, but it is.
I know I have this one because I have that gun. I gave him to I think Classic Smokescreen. So when I got him, he didn't have a gun.
So clearly, they went, okay, Revenge of the Fallen Sideswipe is costing us too much money with metallic paint. We'll put him in Hasbro Standard Gray and then bluish gray and a bit of black. I do like the head sculpt. I think that looks pretty good for this size. Yeah. Let's pull up a side-by-side with his... I think this is a significant improvement in terms of mold, in terms of how it looks. If you look at the robot mode in this one, I think this does look better. It doesn't have the weird hip joints compared to the 09 version.
Doesn't have the weird hip joints. You can have... They're not great feet, but those prongs that fold out around his wheels mean that you can have him either with something to stand on or give him his movie rollerblade jobbers.
Seems a lot tidier, right?
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. I mean, for what he still has his arm blades, but they fold away. You can tell they're there, but the way they fold means that they're not as obvious.
Hmm.
They feel a bit. I think because it's all more or less the same color that the main body of the car is. They feel a bit more integrated.
Okay.
Even though they are literally just rolled back, much like the original sculpt was. But it's just because they've, like I say, they've tidied things up.
Yeah. He's
I
not
think
got nearly as much back kibble as the '09 version as well.
No, but there's something to be said for being based on a coupe version rather than a hardtop.
I will say, though, color scheme-wise, the '09 version's a lot better than this.
Yeah, for lack of silver paint does.
And dark gray. Like his chest, like his boobs are meant to be the silver, and then like his inner chest is meant to be like a dark gray.
Yeah.
So there's more color like breakup. This one's very just flat. Car mode, again, because it's that flat gray compared to the silver, it doesn't look as nice. It's also got the big arm in the center of the car as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decent representation of a Stingray. I mean, the arm, you can more or less, they've tried to put a little bit of detail in, so it does look like a center console.
Yeah.
It's not great, but they made the effort, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate the effort at the very least, even if it doesn't completely work. It's like, okay, they're trying to make sure that the figure transforms well, so I can't complain too much. So it's weird because this looks like it's probably the better figure, but the paint job makes it much worse. So that means we go back to Dark Steel. This is the best version of Sideswipe.
I think it might be.
Possibly.
I mean, the fact. I mean, I just love how the colors make the chest actually resemble like a face, an evil chicken.
Yeah, it does. If only his head was red, right? So it would look like the floppy bit of a chicken head. If only. No, Darksteel's really cool. Sideswipe's a little, clearly, bit of a drop in quality, but, you know, a better figure, just not as visually interesting. It's,
I will say, he probably has the best mech tech gun out of everyone, mainly because you don't have to do anything to it.
Oh,
and it doesn't. Well, it's not trying to fall apart on you like a lot of the other ones do.
Oh, I mean that's a boon in itself, then, really.
But it's a quad barrel blaster.
Okay.
But if you push it forward, I think it has a bayonet blade that comes out.
Ah, that's fun.
And that you can kind of give them the fact that it doesn't stay out. Cause it's like, oh yeah, it's a backup because he's just shoved it in and gone at someone.
Well, the last one for tonight is Air Raid. Have you had Air Raid?
I haven't, but you know what? I have over the years been tempted to pick him up just because he's so dang weird.
He is weird. He has very lanky proportions in his legs. He's a plane. He's holding his end bottom fin for his entire arm. Or hand, I should say, compared to having a normal hand. This is one of those things where you're like, maybe make that like a separate piece, something. I don't know.
But he's an interesting thing because he's an AWACS, which is not an aircraft we have ever seen done in Transformers before.
No, I think this is a first. I don't think it was done amazingly well, but it's different.
He really needed to be at least one size point higher, if not into leader territory, but that was never going to happen.
No,
this was one of those experimental characters they did from time to time. But you know what? Fair play for effort.
It's interesting as well. It doesn't look like it's an awful toy. It just looks proportionally very strange, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the arm is weird with the tail thing, but you know what?
Is it meant to be like a mace, do you think? Or a flail?
I think that was the idea, that his tail basically turns into a spiked mace that he always has carried, because his AWACS radar dome becomes a shield that turns into a gun.
It doesn't show that in the images, of course. Why would it?
Yeah.
That would have been interesting to see.
I think basically you pull that grey bit and the gun barrels flip out.
Okay.
I think. I could be wrong on that score, but I think that's how it works.
Given the mech tech nature of this line, that would make sense.
Yeah. But yeah, he always looked fun. Nice use of the air raid name, I thought.
Yeah, I can't say too much about it because I've never had it. Apart from it looks weird. I like the jet mode. I think that looks pretty good for a deluxe at this scale.
Yeah,
and he was never used again. That was it.
Yeah,
no repaints, no retools. This is it. Head mold's pretty nice as well, to be honest.
I have to say, he's one that if I ever see him at a con, I'll probably pick up because he would fit nicely into a modern Generations line, I reckon.
I wonder if he would be too expensive with like how old he is now.
Possibly.
Is nostalgia hitting the kids now that they're like, man, I want air raid?
Nostalgia for Dark of the Moon.
It could happen. You know, it's better than Revenge of the Fallen. The weird one would be people nostalgic for Revenge of the Fallen or Age of Extinction. Yeah, I'll take boring over rage-inducing, and that's what Dark of the Moon was, boring.
I mean, at least Dark of the Moon at least had a fun cameo by Buzz Aldrin, who was clearly just game for whatever.
I want the money that you want to give me. Let's go.
Yeah.
But I think that'll end it. That's all of the Transformers for today. You know, we're going to be breaking this into parts. It'll probably be a 3-parter. Might be a 2-parter. Probably a 3-parter, though, to be honest. But yeah, thank you, Big D. Where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
Oh, I am everywhere as David Kelly, if you are so inclined to find me. I'm an occasional contributor to UKAnime.net when I can pull my finger out, which I really need to. I've become part of the Fluff and Hammer team now officially because I have a profile. Yay! Where I take part in Mr. Gruff's Deeper Dives, and along with Mr. White, we do the Fluff and Busters movie commentary show where we pick a film related to Warhammer and we talk over it. Nice. Sometimes even about the film itself.
Nice.
Last night we did Masters of the Universe for 1987.
Oh, version. The movie that's not about He-Man.
Yeah, but it was a fascinating. It was probably we probably talked about the actual film more than any other film we've talked about so far.
I guess there's a lot to say about it because it's such a strange film.
It really was. We go places in that one. Not sure when that'll be up, but we've been building up a nice backlog for when we can get everything released, and I think we're going to try and do Aliens next.
Probably, nice. Okay.
Probably early September time. So, yeah, but that's where you can find me.
Cool. So. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as Decayed Andy, where I stream and do that kind of stuff. We're obviously on the Moonbase 2 forums, Twitter, Twitch, iTunes, and Libsyn, and YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. We're on ccbunker.weebly.com. You want to go and grab us for the shows and whatnot, you can see us on a Sunday, 9:30 in the evening UK time, like people who have came here tonight and today. Thank you very much, everybody. Much appreciated.
Thanks, folks.
And I think that's everything covered. There might be news next week. I think I'll probably need to do a roundup of the stuff that's happened. I don't think there's been a huge amount, in all honesty. But I mean, the big news is they're bringing back Michael Bay, and that's like a
yeah.
All right, good luck.
Yeah, is PulseCon in a few weeks' time?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I get confused by Hasbro and their reveal shows, to be fair, when they're going to appear, because sometimes
the internet ones versus like the quote unquote big ones. It's like I don't know. It's messy. It's very messy.
You've been playing what have you been playing recently?
Game wise, I played Dawn of War Definitive Edition. I've still got to finish off 9 Souls. I'm on the last boss of 9 Souls, which I need to do a stream to finish off, which might be quite difficult.
Cool.
But otherwise, it's just been just classic Dawn of War because it's good in it.
Yeah, I need to figure it out during the week. Might see if I can organise a bit of a session amongst the Fluff and Hammer community. See if anyone wants to have a few rounds.
That'd be neat. I mean, if you've got the anniversary edition, which if you've owned Dawn of War for any length of time, you probably do. You can get it for like 30% off, so it's like 14 quid. I'm like, whatever. Why not?
I mean, honestly, I have bought Dawn of War in its entirety so many times now, I don't mind buying it one more. You know?
I do wish there were some things that there were a few more bits for the price you're paying for. I know it's petty, but I wish there were achievements. I wish you could map the camera keys to WASD. That would be nice.
Yeah.
But you know, it's one of those things.
Actually, you know what would be really nice if they gave you the soundtrack. I don't think they've ever done that.
Oh no, you can just listen to it on YouTube and stuff, but to have it like on Steam would be kind of nice.
Yeah, I like to have soundtracks downloaded so I can I load all my music on my phone when I'm driving places.
Yeah. Do you have Dawn of War 2?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I do love Dawn of War, but I think Dawn of War 2 just creeps it out in my heart.
Not for me. I prefer. I don't like squad focus stuff as much as the base building. It's just I don't think it's better or worse. I just my preferred one.
I understand that absolutely completely.
You just prefer 2.
Yeah, I kind of dug how they integrated elements from Company of Heroes into the Dawn of War mechanism.
Yeah.
And especially the second expansion.
Oh, Chaos Rising. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Oh, no, Chaos Rising gave you the branching campaign system where you could turn the entire team heretic. But the second expansion was one where it gave you
Retribution.
Retribution. So you had all the... Because I just love the Guard campaign for that, because the Guard officer is such an idiot. And then his sergeant is so bitchy, it's great.
My problem with Retribution is I think it's a big downgrade in terms of the storytelling, because all the factions had to follow the exact same missions. The only thing that was really different was what they said during them. While obviously Chaos Rising and the standard Dawn of War 2, I think in terms of storytelling were better than Dawn of War 1's stuff.
That's fair.
There was an actual narrative and like character development and stuff going on like that. And Retribution was, do you want to play a kind of generic-y campaign just with all the factions? Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last Stand mode though
that was very fun.
That's great fun.
Yeah. And no one talks about Dawn of War 3 because it's dog shit. It's dog shit.
Yeah.
It's shocking how bad that game is. Like, it's shocking how you can miss the mark so fucking bad with Dawn of War 3. Madness.
And just think that if they could just take a run at 4, just to make it up to people.
What one would you do? Would you do if you did a Dawn of War 4? Would you make it like Dawn of War 2, or would you make it like Dawn of War 1? Because I think you should probably make it like Dawn of War 1 because it's been so long and the RTS genre is kind of open. I don't know.
So. I mean,
is it more open for that, or is it more open for the squad combat of 2?
I think there is space for a vastly updated and expanded take on Dawn of War 1 systems.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, if there was a game that let you... I mean, for one thing, there's a far greater variety of units available now for most of the factions.
Oh, God, yeah. And new factions too, right?
And way things operate.
Yeah.
They could really go to town with some of the mechanisms. I could kind of see almost a hybrid where you have the main campaign system, but also you're given the opportunity to play smaller missions, which do take on that Dawn of War 2 style of gameplay.
It would need to be really stripped down, though, right? Because it would be hard to make 2 gaming systems.
Yeah, I mean, that might work better for something that's done as an expansion to the main game.
I tell you how you could do it. Do you remember Warcraft 3? Where you had the missions where you weren't able to build bases?
I remember those missions in StarCraft where you did that.
Yeah, same idea. You had your hero units who were kind of carrying you. You could do that's. I think that's how you do that kind of thing that you're talking about. That'd probably be the best way to do it.
And I think, actually, I think for 40k systems, it actually might make more sense for how you depict it for the setting. You know?
Yeah, maybe.
If you had a mission where you had to send a squad of Space Marines and a captain or a lieutenant into a bunker complex to cleanse it, that would actually make more sense for them to be hugely OP than on the battlefield, if that makes sense.
I get you.
I'm probably mixing my metaphors up, but I don't know. I'd like to see Relic take a stab at it, because
be nice to see them do
of,
something.
Yeah, because Company of Heroes 3 has been a bit of a. I mean, they're still doing content for it, but it's very much still being refined, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But I know that this release was partly this was them getting an easy win.
Oh yeah, it's just like free money, effectively. I think for the most part.
So
hopefully it's being used to gauge interest. Hopefully it's done enough to make them go, maybe it is worth us doing it, because I'd be down for that.
I mean, it seems to have been generally well received. I know that they're talking about a hotfix being released in the next week for some issues people have identified. Just little things. There's nothing game breaking been reported that I've seen, and generally people have been quite positive about it. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, the fact that it's given people an opportunity to play Dawn of War with no messing around.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, because Dawn of War is still a brilliant game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I think that'll call us an end for the show for today. I
think so.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming on by. We'll see you next week for some fun times.
Hell yeah.
And thank you very much again, Big D, for joining me to talk about toys.
No worries. I do greatly enjoy doing this, so thank you.
Right. We'll see you next time, everybody.